I don't understand how you say you love your country at the same time as you normalize this convicted felon, which I can say now every day.
If you average out the View hosts, among the dumbest people on television.
Sunny's dumb. Certainly not the brightest person. And what she just said just doesn't make any sense. It's just like so silly to say. It's not a well thought out.
Carrie Underwood is making you look like a bunch of sissy boys.
Okay, everyone, fasten your seatbelts because we are going to embark on an exciting journey that will only get dirtier with time. Sunny Hostin is embroiled in yet another scandal. And this one is serious, I can assure you. The juicy part is about to begin. So get your popcorn ready. It's interesting to note that country music icon Carrie Underwood recently sued The View for defamation after the host made fun of her performance at Donald Trump's inauguration. Oh, and every time you believe it could get any wilder without hesitation, Joe Rogan interrupts with the roast of a lifetime, denouncing Sunny Hostin and the show as a sensationalist circus. Yes, he visited. But the catch is that the lawsuit against the car is appending everything in unexpected ways.
The show that people love to hate.
Yes, that's true.
They get so much hate watching viral clips of them saying ridiculous things. I mean,
Yeah.
it is a rabies-infested hen.
A media frenzy that resulted in intense debates, passionate viewpoints, and even really irate interactions was initially triggered by the mere fact that Carrie would perform at the inaugural. The worst part, though, comes next. This is more than a political matter. It tackles a more general problem. How society reacts to divergent ideas and points of view, particularly when they are in the spotlight. Let's take a short break. Carrie Underwood has a reputation for avoiding political conflict. She is the nation's sweetheart, yet she usually keeps her opinions to herself. Many were therefore taken aback when she revealed that she will be singing at Trump's inauguration. Why? It was about fostering love and harmony, she remarked. Naturally, it did not sit well with the internet. While some supporters applauded her for preserving her principles, others mocked her and accused her of sacrificing them. Carrie found herself in the center of a whirlpool as social media went viral. This is when things start to get interesting. Carrie refused to back down under pressure, even though many other celebrities in her situation could have remained mute. However, the storm grew stronger the more she resisted. Things took a drastic turn just when it seemed like they might calm down because the opinion had to be considered.
Country music, I think
I'll
it's
tell you right now, I wouldn't do it, even though I
You
can't
would not
sing.
sing?
No, I would not. I would not normalize him. And she says, I love our country. How do you love your country and support and normalize somebody who was a convicted felon who really wants to destroy the country, in my opinion? I don't understand how you say you love your country at the same time as you normalize this convicted felon, which I can say now every day.
A lot of my family voted for Trump. They love the country and vote for him. I think that people make these decisions
Fine.
for a lot of reasons.
Okay, fine. And I would not be the person to say don't do it, because I believe in free speech and everything about it. I personally would not do it. No one's asked me, but that's another story.
I would love for you to do a roast at the Trump inauguration. Okay.
Joy Behar didn't mince words in a recent episode. She attacked Carrie, raising questions about whether her action was a genuine effort to foster unity, or if it was only a political gimmick. And believe me, that remark set off a chain reaction. The debate on the set got out of hand as each panelist took sides and the argument went viral on social media. Opinions were circulating online as millions of people watched the pyrotechnics. Here's the real kicker though. As gracious as ever, Carrie declined to participate. She let her actions speak for her rather than arguing in public or reacting angrily. And that added gasoline to the fires.
Carrie Underwood has spent most of her career avoiding political talk, but she's set to perform at the upcoming inauguration. She said in a statement that she's doing it because the country must come together in the spirit of unity and look to the future. And lots of her fans aren't thrilled about it, but lots of her fans are. So let's put this in perspective here. What do y'all think?
I personally hope we're moving beyond the era of politics where we want to cancel people's livelihoods because we don't like their politics. And whether it was the Dixie Chicks for criticizing George Bush, didn't agree with it then, and Carrie Underwood, if you have a problem, you register your complaint by not downloading your songs and not going to her shows.
Right.
But I also think from a business standpoint, it's not a bad decision for Carrie Underwood. 75 million people voted for Trump. Artists tend to skew left-leaning, so she's overnight going to become an icon of MAGA in the American right. She's probably going to make a lot of money off of it. So I get why she did it.
Some questioned whether her choice to perform was a genuine betrayal of her principles and fans. On Twitter, country music legend John Rich defended Carrie, calling her a true artist who exhibits respect and calmness in the face of insult, while others praised her for being composed under pressure. John wasn't the only one who wasn't scared to express his political opinions. Whether or not they agreed with her decisions, Carrie supporters from all political persuasions reaffirmed their respect for her autonomy. Even if I disagree with her political views, I respect her choice to perform at the inauguration, one admirer stated. Music should bring people together rather than drive them apart.
All day.
I'm not even going to tell you what I'll do. Don't worry. I'm not talking. I'm not telling. No, because it was always in the books. Who knew this was going to be the day that
Yeah.
it chose? Because it's also a very interesting day, right? The
It's
21st.
Martin Luther King
Yeah.
Jr.'s birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
And you can choose to celebrate it how you want. You can honor MLK.
I'm going to honor
Yeah.
him and
Yep.
at
And
the
give a
spa.
special treatment.
Well,
That's right.
as long as it's a free country and it holds,
Yes.
I would agree with everybody. It is a free country at the moment.
Well, yeah. But it's up to us to make sure that doesn't start to change.
Yes.
Right.
Well,
That's
we're trying.
Well, we're trying, yes, and it's important not to forget that we have that right. It is up to us.
Yeah.
Now, there are other people performing too, and I don't really even.
And this marks the beginning of something much bigger. One aspect of this conversation is Carrie's attendance at a political event. It provides insight into an issue of greater importance. The widening gap in our culture. Human connection is increasingly being blocked by politics, which causes major issues. Is it feasible to distinguish an artist's beliefs from their creations? And when does critiquing an artist become bullying or character assassination? A much-needed discussion about the role of the media was also spurred by the tragedy. The View has the ability to influence public opinion because of its enormous platform. But can they openly criticize a famous person's patriotism without facing consequences? And at what point does a criticism become a personal assault? More than just a commotion was created by Joy Behar's remarks. They forced the topic into a much lengthier discussion about the media's function in the divisive society of today.
To be boycotted and canceled. John Rich weighed in saying there are several top-tier country artists who support Trump, and I wish they'd finally have the balls to come forward and be counted. Ain't nothing outlaw about keeping your mouth shut to appease the record label. Carrie Underwood is making you look like a bunch of sissy boys.
I think so, but then you pushed her and she said, yeah, I guess I am.
Well, I said to her, do you believe that women should make the same amount of money as men? Well, I guess I am a feminist.
Yeah, and she said, I guess I am a feminist. So I think people feel pretty strongly about it. I think art is art, and you have a right to perform where you want to perform. I agree with you, Joy. I can't sing a lick, but I certainly, and I have not been asked, but if I were asked, it would be a hard no.
Well, they wouldn't ask me, so I have no.
Right. Yeah.
They're not
The aftermath is full of contentious discussions, memes, and TI, as one might anticipate. The first is the difference between Joy and Carr. Carrie's activities are seen as a political statement by some divinities, while others see them as noble. Baha's fierceness and grace in the face of criticism demonstrate this. Carrie's admirers have come together to support her, applauding her for maintaining her composure and resolve in the face of harsh criticism. They respect her for not letting the situation alter her path. The View's detractors, meanwhile, have demanded accountability, claiming that the program promotes conflict rather than fruitful discussion. They contend that media organizations like The View ought to be held to a higher standard and refrain from promoting animosity and divisiveness. The number of people in the center who are simply fed up with the uproar is growing. They are demanding a change, asking everyone to put aside their differences and not making every discussion into an argument. One tweet included all of it. It's just music at the end of the day. Why do we continue to make everything into a battlefield? Into a battleground?
You know the words, help me out here. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves.
What can we learn from all of this, then? Although Carrie Underwood's choice to perform at Trump's inauguration has generated a lot of controversy, it also sheds light on a far deeper issue. It means standing by your convictions when people criticize you. Whatever your opinion of Carrie's beliefs, one thing is certain. She isn't giving up. And it requires courage. Concerns concerning how the media shapes public opinion are brought up by this circumstance. The larger concern is whether talk shows like The View have gone too far in expressing their opinions, even if it is clear that they have the freedom to do so. Has their treatment of civilians gone too far? What does that say about today's media landscape? We'd like to hear from you now. Was Carrie Underwood's Trump inaugural performance appropriate? Alternatively, do you concur with the criticism? Do you believe that the media should answer for causing division? Or is it merely a ploy, in your opinion? Click like, subscribe, and ring the bell to receive notifications.